Lucas, it's almost become the obligatory question during media tour. How was your summer and how many weddings did you go to?
It was great. I had a really good summer. I went to one wedding, and it was a lot of fun.
That was Dylan Larkins.
That was Dylan. And yeah, like I said, it was beautiful. We had a great time. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun.
This Red Wings team, once again in the offseason, I'm curious your perspective on this as one of the younger players. Steve Yzerman brings in Alex DeBrincat and Petrie and JT Compher. And this is the second year in a row that we've seen, more veteran players join the mix. As one of the key young guys, what goes through your mind when you see that?
Excited. I feel like we're building something really good. And, I feel like if you look at my first year, which is only 2 years ago, compared to now coming into this season, I feel like it's a huge difference. And I think, every player and also the city is very excited for this season. I think everyone's excited.
I was watching I went back through this season. I was watching Steve Yzerman's end of year media conference, and he was really complimentary of you. And he can have a really biting sense of humor. So, I know what it's like to be on the end of it. But I thought it was really interesting how he talked about, you had a really good rookie year, and then Perron comes in and kind of takes your spot a bit, and now DeBrincat comes in. And you have to wonder where he's going to fit in all that. But he liked the way that you handled the fact that you had a role and someone came in who kind of affected your role a bit. Can you just talk about, Lucas, like you're a young guy, you're trying to build, and how you handle the fact that these veterans come in and it affects what you're trying to build at the same time?
Yeah. I feel like you could look at it from a lot of different perspectives. I think for me, it was... I feel like we took a step last year in a lot of areas, and I want to develop as a player, but mostly I want our team to move in a direction that is fun. I think that it created a lot of competition in our team and in a lot of different spots. I think which was good for us. I think that made everyone trying to take a further step and. Want to play better, want to develop, and I think that benefits everyone. I think competition is good, and I think that drives you forward. That was kind of my mindset, and like I said, I feel like everyone on our team just wants to win and wants to take steps as a organization, as individuals as well.
Nothing given, earned, right?
Exactly. You don't get anything in the National Hockey League. Like that's the same thing as me coming in my first year. It was, you're not given a spot. They're not going to tell you, hey, here you go. You got to earn it. And I think that's the way to do it as well. And I think, that shows a lot about our team as well.
I've always loved Perron. I find him a very fascinating player, really smart, really nasty, sneaky nasty. What did you just learn from him watching him practice playing with him last year?
I feel like he's one of those players that you hate to play against but love to have on your team. Like you said, he's a skilled guy, but brings that grit and a little extra edge. So we're happy to have him on the team.
How close do you think this team is? We followed last season. That must have been tough. As a player, getting right there and then right around trade deadline time where, okay, the play is going to decide what the general manager does here, and by the end of it, Tyler Bertuzzi is a Boston Bruin. But how close do you think this team is to finally getting into the playoffs?
I would love to say that we're very close, which I think we're getting there. I think that's. Our goal for next season. I think for us, it's about taking it one game at a time, not, jump ahead of ourselves. Last year, I think was a step in the right direction, still not where we want to be. And like you said, we had a tough stretch before the deadline, which hurt us a lot. But we were right there if you look at it at the end of the season. I think, we're learning. It's my third year. It's another 2 years of experience, and you just keep learning. which is just a lot of fun. And we have a lot of guys, coming in, getting more experience, and getting a lot of more experienced guys as well who's been in these situations. So, I think we're getting there.
What did those games against Ottawa teach you?
A lot. I think those were kind of the deciding games at our season, looking back at it. I think they came out playing like a playoffs game. And, a lot of energy, physicality, and stuff like that. And we were kind of on our heels. So that's 2 games that you look back on and want to get back. Coming into this season, I think, we really learned that. And hopefully when those games come again, we're prepared.
There's that group, and, you're part of it. Ottawa, that Elliotte mentions, is part of it, and the Buffalo Sabres as well. We're all sort of waiting to see who's going to, which horse is going to peel off from the pack here. Does it feel like there's something extra in those games when you play against those teams? Like, there's the established at Boston and Tampa, etc., Toronto, but when you play against Ottawa or Buffalo, is there that element of, no, we're going to be the next team, not you guys?
I think that has kind of built up a little bit. I think we felt it last year. Which in my opinion is a lot of fun. I think it's good for hockey. It's good for us. It's good for everyone with that competition. And us, like you mentioned, Buffalo and Ottawa have a lot of good young players, and are kind of on the upgoing. So it's going to be fun.
All right, let's make this a spicy rivalry. Who do you hate most on Ottawa and Buffalo? Pick one player on each team.
I'll keep that to myself. But no, I don't hate anyone. There's fun games. And
do you like playing against Brady Tkachuk?
I don't think a lot of players do. He's a really good player, and he has a lot of tools. With that edge that he has, but also his play. But I like playing against everyone.
What about Deline?
Same with him. He's a great guy. I know him very well. It's extra fun playing against him.
I can't imagine it's actually fun playing against him. You must just want to, since you know him very well, it must be like one of those friendships where you guys get along off the ice, but on the ice you just must want to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of it though. Like he's a very competitive player as well. He's a good player, and he plays with the edge as well. And he's not, he's one of the best Ds in the league. So he's tough to play against. But I mean, when you know a guy that well, it's fun to play him as well.
I just wanted to ask you, when you were taken, did you know Detroit was going to pick you?
No, I had no idea. I had kind of a clue on maybe a couple of teams.
Who else was there besides the Wings?
I think it was the teams around there.
Yeah.
Ottawa had 2 picks and, around that pick. And, so it was a little back and forth, but I never knew really. So when Detroit picked me, I was very happy.
That moment when you saw that, what was the first thing that went through your mind or heard it?
Yeah. It was different, being home over a Zoom call.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I think I kind of blacked out a little bit. It's like, wow, it's real. I think it's tough to prepare for it, but no, it was a lot of fun, just with the friends, family that was around, to experience that with them. That was it was a great experience.
Now you're a Gothenburg guy, not a Stockholm guy, but nonetheless, Global Series in November. Your Red Wings, the Minnesota Wild, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Ottawa Senators. See, I love this series because I love watching NHL games in different hockey contexts, in different hockey cultures, and the Swedish hockey culture is different than the Latvian hockey culture, is different than the Finnish hockey culture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's that going to mean for you, though, as a player, playing NHL games in your home country?
I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Especially I live 1 hour flight from here, so be able to get friends, family, relatives who might not be able to watch me live over there, for them to see me, an NHL game. I think that will be special. So
it's going to cost you to play.
Yeah,
it's playing for free.
No, it's going to be more than playing for free. It's going to cost to play, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Show the guys some Swedish traditions and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that.
True or false? People from Gothenburg have better senses of humor than people from Stockholm.
Yeah, true.
That's what they tell me. I don't know if it's true, but
No,
that's what they told me.
I'd say it's true.
Someone from Gothenburg told you that.
Yeah,
I think it was Alfredson.
I'm partial too, but yeah, no, I'd say it's true.
Well, I know you look forward to the games and reclaiming your amateur status where you have to pay to play once again. Thanks so much for this. Good luck this season with the Wings.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thank you.